Welcome everyone. So I've just arrived at Cocos Wild Camp in Wales, and the plan was to pitch up, have a few beers in the evening in a nice sunny spot. But as always with Wales had different ideas, and it is super windy now as well. So it's a bit cooler, a bit windy up on the hill, but I'm going to turn it around now and just check out these views, because I think that's worth it, to be honest with you. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Welsh Wales, everyone. And I am miles away from pretty much everyone else, which is good. So as long as no one goes careering down that road at the speed of 1,000 gazelles and doesn't turn, then I'll be all right here. So this is where I've decided to pitch up, hoping to have a nice view of that tomorrow morning. Oh, don't know what is going on with this wind. There was absolutely no wind when I left home, and it was 30 degrees as well. I think she's the lady farmer. So I'm going to get started. So this is the tent, and I've changed the stuff sack to maximise the space as much as possible in my panniers. Morning. So last night was my first night at Cocos Wild Camp, and it was also my first night in this new tent. When I left home, we're having a heat wave. I'm only 2 hours away from where I am now as well. It wasn't a long ride, so it was 30. It touched 30 degrees C when I was leaving the house. I was getting sunburn packing the bike, and then I got here and it was overcast. It was absolutely blowing a hoolie, and I mean, you know, I felt it on the bike. I was getting blown everywhere, and it just looked black as well. It looked like it was going to rain. So I carried on, paid me money. It's like a little kind of, if you've not been here before, it's like you come up this kind of very compacted stone road, and then there's like a little hut, and if there's someone in there, then you pay your money to them. They take card or cash. It's £10 a night, and then that's it. They tell you a bit about the place, like what the levels are and this, that and the other, and then you're free to go pick your pitch.
The pitches aren't marked. You can camp wherever you like, which I think is brilliant. There's 3 levels in total. One of them's been closed off because they got livestock on it. So, but there's plenty of room. I think it's something like 400 acres working farm or something that you can pick on. You can choose to camp on. It was so windy though. I had to move twice. I didn't go to the top because it was just going to be too windy for that. So I came a bit further down, and I found this place, and it was overlooking the Welsh Valley. I thought, sunrise there the following morning would be lovely. So I tried pitching there. Yeah, honestly, it was so bloody windy. I was sat on the tent while trying to peg it in to stop it from blowing away. So I moved. I moved just around the corner from it. It's like it's all hilly around here, so moved around the corner, around the hill, hoping the hill would give me some shelter. But the wind just followed the hill round and hit me hard there, so I moved again. So I'm a bit lower again now. Still quite a distance away from everyone else, so it was quite private. So it was still windy here, but I managed to pitch it up. The tent itself is new to me, so I set it up at the house just to have a look around it and familiarise myself with it, which I'm so glad I did. But I didn't fit any guy lines to it, so I've just knocked up some makeshift guy lines with bow lines either side, one connected to the tent and then a little bowline loop at the other end for a peg. But because of the way the tent's constructed, they don't really keep their tautness, so I need some guy line locks or something, so I'll get them before my trip. But last night, just relaxed. It was great. Didn't really do much. Had a wander around, took some pictures, and then came back to the tent and had a few drinks and watched a film, read a book, and then went to sleep. There's something about camping, isn't there? Food for the soul. You just, doesn't matter what you do, you just relax, don't you? It's nice. Had a great night's sleep, so it was good. So this is Cocos. I think there were a few party heads last night, but as you can see, it's in the Welsh Wales countryside. It's starting to rain a little bit. So sleeping gear wise, the sleeping bag itself is a Sierra Designs backcountry bed. It doesn't have a zip. It's a bit of a hybrid between a sleeping bag and a quilt. So you put your feet in like a bag, but it's got this massive quilt that you can throw over yourself. I'll do a better review of all my kit. I'm quite packed in at the minute. The material is lovely against the skin. It's super soft. It's got a hood. It's got a AirPad strap, so it actually connects to the sleep pad itself, stops it from sliding off. And then this I love. I had a sleeping bag liner as well, so I'll get rid of that for the time being. This is a vent for your feet. So basically, if you get too hot, what you do, if you imagine you're lying down, what you do is you basically raise your knees and then push your feet forwards, and then what happens is, the way this is designed is it opens up and then your feet go out the bag, and it really helps vent, it really helps keep you cool. So I love that. And then to get them back in, you just raise your knees again and then put your feet forward, and it always finds this pocket to keep your feet in. As you can see, hopefully you can see it's really well insulated. Rating on this, I find it quite accurate. It's comfort to -2, and then the limit is -9. So I've had it down to about -6. and I've been more than comfortable. It's fine. But as with any sleeping bag, I would always recommend using a sleeping bag liner. So this is a Cedar Summit, and it's a kind of, I can't remember what they call it, I think it's a thermoball silk hybrid liner. So for me, there's two main reasons why you would always use a sleeping bag liner. Number one is, and this is the main one, is it's a lot easier to wash a bag liner like this than it is to wash a sleeping bag, especially a down-filled sleeping bag, which this sleeping bag is. Down sleeping bags don't wash very well. The more you wash it, the more it degrades the down. So really what we recommend is just do it as and when you need to. So obviously, if you're sleeping in this and you're sweating, then that's going to take it all and you can throw that in the wash dead easy. You're not going to damage any down. And the other thing as well is this has thermal properties of its own. So you jump in a silk bag liner, your body heat will warm it up. On really hot nights, you can sleep in just the bag liner. You don't need a sleeping bag. I'm a big advocate of them. I just think they're ace. For 20 or 30 quid or whatever it is you're going to spend, if you've got a down bag, which is normally over 100, it's just a no-brainer to me. I've also used them in hotels as well. So we've all been there, haven't we? Where, been to a hotel and it's like, looks a bit grimy. So what I do is I just take my bag liner out and then throw that on the bed and sleep in the bag liner instead of their bedding. And if there's bed bugs or anything of that nature, then you're less likely to get eaten alive, aren't you, in your sleep? So sleeping bag liner, big thumbs up. So I've got a Big Agnes Rapide SL, 25-inch wide pad. If you're getting a sleep pad, get a 25-inch wide pad. Honestly, they're just, you'd be foolish not to, especially if you're kind of my size. Right, pillows, of which I have two. So I'm a side sleeper, which kind of defines a lot of the sleeping kit that I buy. I originally bought this Trekology pillow from Amazon, which has been great. It's shown a bit of sign of mould on the inside, where I used to blow it up with my breath. But the pillow itself is brilliant. If you're getting into camping, definitely get a pillow, for the weight and the size of it. There's no point trying to make do with stuffing a coat into a bag. This is much better. It's slightly shaped as well, so it stops your head from rolling off. But because I am a side sleeper and because I'm quite broad, what I've done is I've bought another one, which is this X-Bed pillow. Again, Amazon purchase. And then the Trekology one that I've got has got elastic strap that buckles onto that, and then you can actually buy like bungee or elastic for this pillow and tie it on yourself. But what I've done, the idea with that is you're meant to tie the bungee to the pillow and then you wrap the bungee around your sleep mat so to stop it from sliding off. What I do though is I've just done the two together, and I typically put my arm between the two and hold it that way and then sleep that way. So won't work for everyone, but works really well for me. Right, so next up is my ditty bag. So this is a bag full of odds and sods, basically, just to keep them all organised. Makes it easier to pack, less likely to lose. This one, if you're interested, is a X-Ped Clear Cube Medium. You do them in different sizes. The reason I went for this is it seems quite robust, but the main thing is it's got this clear window front and back, so it makes it easier to find stuff. So just random stuff basically that I find quite useful camping. I've taken stuff out and I've added stuff in. Changes with every trip really. First thing first is head torch. Definitely take a head torch with you whenever you go camping, let alone motor camping. These are great. This is just a cheap one from Aldi. I think it was 4 or 5 quid, something like that. Really bright, but just keeps your hands free. I carry with me a double USB plug, it's just handy to have on you. And I've got a spare USB-C cable, so that always lives in this bag, so I know I've got at least one. This is the puncture repair kit for my sleep mat. In a pinch I could also use this fabric on my tent, on a pillow, anything like that as well. So I've also bought some tenacious tape, which I would recommend you getting. So tenacious tape is it's a special kind of repair patch tape that you can use on any Gore-Tex, any temp fabric. It's waterproof, the glue is amazing on it, it's well worth the money. I've bought a few patches of that so I can do my Gore-Tex motorcycle kit, I can do my boots if I need to, my tent, sleep pads, all that kind of stuff. It's superb on technical materials. This is a Sea to Summit laundry line. Great bit of kit, don't need any pegs. It's effectively 2 bungee cords that you lash up around either a tree or your tent or your bike or a mix of all three. So it's got little toggles, and basically you cinch those toggles down onto your clothes and let them dry that way. So great bit of kit, takes up no space, takes up no room. Fantastic. And we move on to my older generation flex tail gear pump. Really good little bit of kit. It's quite big actually, but you know, it's well worth it. Try not to breathe into your sleep pad. Try not to blow it up with your breath. There's a lot of moisture in your breath, and then it gets trapped on the inside, and then it kind of goes all mouldy and horrible. So if you use one of these, it doesn't stop it completely because there's always moisture in the air, especially in the UK, but it reduces the risk of mould in your sleep pad and your pillows. This has got the extension on that I need. I've ditched all the others, they're at home. It's also a lamp, like a little light. It's got a little hook at the top there, and it's USB-C rechargeable. So handy bit of kit. Good old smidge. This stuff does work. I prefer this over DEET. DEET just, I don't know, just a few days of putting DEET on your skin, it just mangles your skin. It smells like shit, and yeah, it's just full of chemicals in it. This is DEET free, really good stuff. Doesn't itch my skin, and goes quite a long way. I've had that bottle a few years now. Last but not least is the all important bottle opener, corkscrew, little knife, dead handy. So on every trip now I take a bit of food with me. I do have a jet ball stove, which I'll show you in a minute, but basically I keep a couple of rat packs in a bag just in case I rock up to a campsite one night, it's too late or there's no shop close by. I know at least I can eat, so I'll show you that now. So the type of camping I do when I go is I don't really like cooking when I'm camping if I can help it. So I typically find campsites that I've either got a cafe on site or they're close by to a shop or a restaurant or something of that nature. The reason being is I'm on a bike, I've got limited space, I don't want to be carrying pots, pans and washing products and this, that and the other. I just can't be bothered with that. So what I'm going to show you is basically bespoke to how I like to camp, which is effectively boil some water and that's about it. So let's see what I've got in there first. Important stuff, coffee, just a little sandwich bag clip to keep it fresh. Little nutty bag, so just nutty bars. Sorry, nutty bars are basically protein bars or cereal bars or stuff like that. They keep forever, easy to store. While I don't like cooking, make yourself a sandwich. I just find having a little chopping board is quite handy. Save cutting bits out of my panniers as a chopping board. So this is a MSR chopping board, as you can see from the surface. I don't use it a massive amount, but I've used it. My racing spoon. So this is my racing spoon. Cocos titanium, comes in a little pouch as well. Racing spoon is just basically a long handled spoon. You can get a spork as well, and I think all the manufacturers are catching on now. Titanium, very, very, very light, very strong. I went for one with a polished end, just because it's a bit more like the type of spoons you have in the house. If you're doing like ration pack food, boil in the bag, get one of these. Don't get a normal size spoon, because this allows you to get right in there and not get your hands dirty. And then what else we got? We've got a knife. This is a Hultafors knife. It's quite difficult doing one-handed. This is what I use to chop my food with. So I don't keep it on my person, obviously, because that'd look really weird. Comes in a nice scabbard as well. Yeah, this is just ideal for cutting food up and stuff like that on the chopping board. I've also used it for, you know, when I'm doing rope work and stuff like that. So it's just handy to have a decent quality knife. And then depending on the trip and how long, typically take a few of these. I've not actually tried these ones yet, so normally go for the cheaper Highlander stuff, but this one is Fire Pot Orzo Pasta Bolognese, so sounds quite nice. And then this one is Adventure Food Pasta Carbonara. High calorie, high protein for what they are. You just add water, leave it for a few minutes, and then eat it. It's basically a posh pot noodle in a packet, not a tub. So that's it. That's my food bag that I keep. Normally have a spare lighter in there, but it's gone missing, so I'm going to get one before my next trip. So for a stove to cook with, keep in mind what I said earlier. My idea of cooking while I'm camping is boiled water. I've had a few stoves over the time. I had a cheap Vango one, didn't really last very well. I originally bought a jet boil when it first came out, which was fantastic, but it had the piezo lighter issue, so you had to keep a lighter with it. I lost that in a house move, and then I got a Soto Windmaster, which I still have now. It's superb, really, really good bit of kit. And then I went out and treated myself to a new jet boil. So this is, I think it's the Mark II, and this is the Java version, so it's got the coffee maker with it as well. Well, this is camping in Wales for you. Packed pretty much all my stuff out of my tent, so that's all in the panniers now. Just about to sit outside, got my brew kit ready, absolutely hammered it down. And then in the time it took me to put my microphone on, it stopped, and now it's sunny again. So honestly, I just want to go outside and have a brew, have a coffee. So I'll give it another go. Take two, eh? Wales camping. Right, so the plan was have a coffee, have some porridge, and then go for a ride. But you might or might not be able to see from the weather, it's just showers, but they're really heavy showers as well, which is weird because it's really, really warm. So I don't really want to sit in that tent boiling in my own juices while making a brew. So I've given up. I'm going to leave my tent and my panniers here, and then I found a cafe that I'm going to go there for breakfast. Hopefully it'll brighten up by then, so I might go for a little tootle around the local area, and then pack up and head home. Come back here and head home, because there's no kind of kick out by 11 rule here. I think I can do this. As in, leave the stuff here, come back, pack up, and then go home. Which is good, because obviously you've got less weight on your bike, haven't you? And this is Cocos Wild Camp. There's no designated pitches, you just rock up and camp where you like. Quite a few people have already gone. The food van is up there, that white van there. But I'll do this way instead. Right, I've got road tyres on, which are near enough dead. So let's see how they are on the slippy grass. Hopefully alright. That's everything sorted. Coco the donkey, I believe. Not the lady, the actual donkey. It's 20 degrees, it's really warm, but it keeps raining. It's due to be sunny later. But if I wait for the sun, I'll be waiting until I go home in Wales. So let's go to a cafe. Another good thing about this campsite is the roads around here are superb. So I don't know how I've done it, but I've successfully managed to find the cafe and then arrive right at the time where they've closed the kitchen for breakfast, and they're now setting up the kitchen for lunch, so I'm in no man's land. So I'm just waiting here, nursing a coffee, because I can't be bothered moving, and then I'm going to have lunch here. See you in a bit. So this is where I'm having lunch. It's called the Lost Ark Cafe. It's really nice, and it's got a nice inside seating area as well. Just waiting for them to open up for lunch. So if it stays sunny like it is at the minute, then I might head out into Elan Valley for a little bit. Maybe an hour and a half, something like that, before I go home. So we'll see how it goes. I'm currently sat under a brolly because I really don't trust it not to rain. So I might have to pick up my lunch and run into inside, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to hopefully enjoy this when it comes. See you later. Oh, right, so just had my Welsh rarebit, which I waited over an hour for because I decided to time it perfectly. Really nice though, actually. So this is called the Lost Ark Cafe. It's got seating indoors, seating outdoors, toilets clean, food is brilliant, and quite competitively priced as well, so it's all good. Nice place, recommend it. Good base if you want to go to Elan Valley as well. Just come out of this town now and then take a right and you're in Elan Valley basically. So it's really good. Nice stop. Raining again. So the original plan was just to have a little bimble round Elan Valley, but I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest with you. It just keeps bloody raining, doesn't it? What I think I might do, just head back to the campsite, pack up, and then
the weather really doesn't know what to do with itself. Considering it was 30 degrees C yesterday, and I was getting bloody sunburnt packing the bike, and my missus was filling the paddling pool up for my daughters, to this. Good old Blighty, innit? Absolutely bang on the money for our British weather. Hasn't ruined the trip though. I just wanted to test the tent out, give it a bit of a shakedown, see if it is the tent I want to go abroad with this year. I've got two options really, because it's either going to be that tent or it's going to be my Lone Rider tent, the big one. And the reason it's not going to be the Vango that I used on the North Mort Yours trip, which I filmed, so you know that was a really good trip. Check that video out, I'll put it in the comments or something. But the reason I'm not going for the Vango is because the one I've got now trumps it in pretty much every way. But the biggest thing is that you can set it up with the outer skin first, and it packs smaller and it packs lighter. So it's going to be between the small backpacking style tent, go light and simple, or the big Moto tent from Lone Rider, which is, it's bigger, it's heavier, but you can stand up in it as well. And I might like literally leave the decision until a couple of days before I leave the UK and base it on the weather. So if the weather looks like it's going to rain, well, to be honest with you, if the weather looks like it's going to rain, I might take no tent and just head south. But no, on a serious note though, if it looks like it's going to rain, then I would be better taking the Lone Rider tent, because I've got stand-up height, and you know, it's just a bit easier to live with when it's levering it down. But if the weather's looking sunny, like it is in Europe at the minute, I mean, they're forecasting 45 degrees next week. So, you know, if the weather's like that when I'm looking to leave, then I might take the small tent. There's less weight on the bike and it's quicker and easier to put up. So we'll see. Nice to have the options though. Blue skies and pissing it down. Welcome to Welsh Wales. I've currently got my mesh jacket on as well. I haven't put the waterproof on. At the minute, it's like, it is that rain that Forrest Gump made famous. It's the fine rain that soaks you through. That's what's hitting me at the minute. Well, that breeze is lovely. So I don't really want to put my waterproof over jacket on. Cross Gates is busy. I might go up to the top actually. Let's have a look at the top while we're here. Well, that for a view, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I wanted to pitch my tent when I first came here, for that view. But it was so windy, it was ridiculous. Just couldn't do it. That's gorgeous. See, when the weather's good, I don't think you can beat Welsh Wales. Ah, so I think this is level 3. It's currently closed. Yeah. Yeah, we've got livestock in it. So that's another area where they let you in. Well, that looks good as well, doesn't it? So you can go
there as well when it's open. Right, so let's go back to the tent and then decide what to do. This guy here is living his best life. He's herding the sheep with that quad. He's having a right blast around these little hills. What a brilliant life, eh? Hard work, but it comes with its pleasures, I guess. I don't know what that trailer with the awning frame is. Not quite sure. Right, so this is the tent. This is the Durston X Dome Two. So completely freestanding. Obviously waterproof. It's got some lovely little features as well. It's predominantly a backpacker's tent. It's got carbon fibre poles. The inner clips to the outer, and then the outer clips to the outside of the poles using these little clips. You can obviously use these, put some guy lines on these as well. That'll strengthen the poles. It's got stormproof zips. The rollaway tabs are little magnets. So these little magnets there, and it's the first time I've used them, and they're brilliant. It's got one-handed zips, and this whole side of the tent apparently can roll back as well. So you've got the whole tent open, but yeah, the zips are easy to use one-handed, which is good. It's full mesh inside as well. I was a bit and ahhing about that because I've not used a full mesh tent before in the UK, but as it happens, it's actually really good. So I'm looking to use this in Switzerland later this year, so next month in July. Still undecided whether or not to use this one or the big moto tent from Lone Rider, which I've had for 4 or so years. If I use this one, I'll give a proper review. I don't like doing reviews on kit that I haven't used, or used once and then act like you know everything about it when you don't. It's not me. If I'm going to do a review, I'd rather do it properly and based on experience. But yeah, that's the Durston X Dome 2. See what it's like for a motor tent. So far so good. Right, so the weather's still terrible with rain, unfortunately, so I'm going to head straight home now. I think I've done my one night test of my kit and my bike packing and my new tent. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed seeing a bit of the Cocos Wild Campsite and joining me on my little one-nighter there. It's quite nice actually. I'll see you on the next one, which will be either heading to Switzerland or in Switzerland. So I'm going to be doing the Swiss Alps this year in July, so next month. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.